Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak to you today about a moment that many of us overlook, a moment that often carries profound significance. It is the time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., a window of opportunity that is not ordinary but extraordinary. This is not just a part of the night, it is a sacred pause, a divine whisper, a calling for those who are willing to listen. When you find yourself awake at this time, don't rush back to sleep. Understand that you have been stirred for a purpose. The world around you is silent, the distractions are few, and the noise of life has faded. This is a moment of clarity, a moment of alignment, and you must recognize it for what it is, a summons to connect with something greater than yourself. The first thing you must do is reflect. In the stillness of that hour, allow yourself to search your heart. Ask yourself, what is troubling me? What have I overlooked? What is stirring in my spirit? This is not a time to escape, it is a time to confront. The silence of the early morning is an invitation to face the questions you have been avoiding. Let the answers rise from within, for they are waiting in the quiet to be discovered. The second thing you must do is realign. This is your chance to recalibrate your spirit, to draw near to the source of your purpose. Take this time to pray, meditate, or simply sit in gratitude. When the world is still, you can hear the voice of your Creator more clearly. It is in these moments that vision is birthed, clarity is restored, and strength is renewed. Do not waste this opportunity on fear or anxiety. Instead, let it be a time of renewal and empowerment. Finally, you must prepare. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you are given a gift of foresight, a chance to step into the day ahead with intention. Plan your next steps, not from a place of panic, but from a place of purpose. Ask yourself, what must I accomplish? Who must I become? What must I let go of? Use this time to align your actions with your vision. The seeds you plant in this quiet hour will bear fruit in the day ahead. So my friends, the next time you find yourself awake in this sacred window of time, don't see it as an inconvenience. See it as a divine appointment. You have been awakened for a reason. And it's your responsibility to answer that call. Reflect, realign, prepare. These are the keys to turning a moment of stillness into a moment of transformation. When you are stirred from your sleep in the deep of the night, there is something profound in that moment. It is a time when the natural world seems to hold its breath, when the distractions that dominate our days have faded into silence. This is not a coincidence. It is not mere biology or an erratic pattern of sleep. There is intention in this awakening. The question is not why you are awake. The question is, what will you do with this divine interruption? In these hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the soul is most sensitive. Your spirit is unencumbered by the rush of the day, unclouded by the noise of the world. This is the time when clarity can be found, but only if you are willing to embrace it. Most people, when stirred at this hour, reach instinctively for sleep, desperate to reclaim what they believe they've lost. But in doing so, they miss what has been given. They miss the whisper of destiny, the nudge of purpose, the voice of their Creator. When you find yourself awake in this moment, the first thing you must do is turn inward. Let your heart become your mirror. Ask yourself the questions that matter. What are you carrying in your soul? What burdens weigh you down? What joys are you suppressing? It is often in the quiet that the truth of our lives comes rushing to the surface. The distractions that usually drown out the whispers of your spirit are gone, and what remains is raw and unfiltered. Do not shy away from this truth. It is only when you face it that you can begin to heal, to grow, and to move forward. In this sacred time, reflection is not just about understanding where you are, it is about discerning where you are meant to be. The questions that rise in your heart are not there to torment you, they are there to guide you. Listen to them. What is it that your spirit is yearning for? What is it that your soul is trying to release? These moments of reflection are not about dwelling on the past or fearing the future. They are about recognizing the present for what it is, a moment of divine clarity. After you have reflected, it is time to realign. This is where the magic of the early morning truly reveals itself. In the quiet of the night, with no one around to influence you, you have the opportunity to reconnect with the source of your strength. Whether you call this prayer, meditation, or communion with the divine, it is a moment to draw near to something greater than yourself. The world is asleep, and in this silence, you can hear the whisper of God, the pull of purpose, the nudge of destiny. Do not rush this process. Let it unfold naturally. In this time of realignment, focus on your gratitude. Gratitude is the language of abundance. It shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is already present. When you align your heart with gratitude, you open the door for more blessings to flow into your life. Think about the things that you often take for granted: the breath in your lungs, the beating of your heart, the roof over your head. These are not small things, they are the foundation of your existence. Acknowledge them. Give thanks for them. Let your spirit be lifted by the simple act of gratitude. As you align yourself with gratitude, also align yourself with purpose. This is a moment to remember why you are here. What is the vision for your life? What is the calling that has been placed upon you? Purpose is not always a grand and obvious thing. Sometimes it is found in the small, consistent actions of love, service, and kindness. Reflect on your purpose in this moment of stillness. Let it become clear to you. Let it guide you. Now that you have reflected and realigned, it is time to prepare. This is not preparation born out of fear or anxiety. This is preparation born out of faith. You have been given a vision, and now it is time to act on it. Use this sacred hour to plan your day, your week, or even your life. But remember, planning is not about control, it is about intention. Ask yourself, what steps must I take to bring this vision to life? What habits must I cultivate? What relationships must I nurture or release? Preparation in these hours is not just about logistics, it is about mindset. How do you want to approach the day ahead? Will you let it dictate your actions, or will you take control of your narrative? This is the time to set your intention. Speak life over your day. Declare what you will accomplish, how you will act, and who you will be. Words have power, and in this quiet hour, your words carry even more weight. Use them wisely. As you prepare, also think about who you are becoming. The decisions you make in the stillness of the night are not just about the day ahead, they are about the life you are building. Character is forged in the quiet moments when no one else is watching. Integrity is not a performance, it is a practice. Use this time to become the person you were created to be. Let your actions align with your values. Let your intentions align with your purpose. These moments between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are a gift, but they require stewardship. They require you to be intentional. They require you to see beyond the surface and recognize the opportunity that lies within the stillness. This is not just a time for rest, it is a time for transformation. It is a time to listen, to learn, and to grow. Do not squander it. Do not dismiss it. Embrace it with all that you are. There is something sacred about the quiet of the early morning. It is a time when the veil between the physical and the spiritual feels thin, a time when the distractions of the world are stripped away, leaving only what is essential. When you find yourself awake in these hours, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are being called into something greater. The question is, will you answer that call? Your life is a gift, and every moment within it carries potential. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are no exception. In fact, they are some of the most powerful hours you will ever encounter. They are a time to reflect, to realign, and to prepare. They are a time to step into your purpose with clarity and conviction. And so, the next time you are stirred from your sleep, do not see it as an inconvenience. See it as an invitation to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. When you are awakened in the depth of the night, it is not by chance. This is a moment set apart, a window where the distractions of the day have faded and the world is still. In that stillness, something is stirring. There is a reason you have been pulled from your rest, a divine purpose waiting to be uncovered. You must lean into this moment, not dismiss it or explain it away. To ignore it is to miss an opportunity for growth, for revelation, for transformation. This time, from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is sacred. It is when your mind is quiet enough to listen, your heart open enough to receive, and your spirit sensitive enough to respond. The stillness is not empty, it is filled with potential, filled with the whispers of clarity and the echoes of purpose. But you must be willing to engage. You must recognize that being awake during this time is not an inconvenience, but a calling. When you wake, allow yourself to reflect deeply. Begin with the thoughts that rise unbidden, the emotions that come to the surface. These are not random. They are clues, indicators of where your attention is needed. What is unresolved in your heart? What have you been avoiding in the rush of daily life? In this quiet moment, there is space to confront those things. There is room to face them with honesty and without fear. Reflection is not about judgment, it is about awareness. It is about seeing clearly so that you can move forward intentionally. As you reflect, you may find questions forming in your mind, questions about your path, your purpose, your relationships, and your choices. Do not resist these questions. They are not there to torment you, but to guide you. They are the keys that unlock the next stage of your journey. Let the questions flow and take the time to sit with them. You do not need immediate answers. You need the courage to listen and the patience to wait for clarity. Once you have opened yourself to reflection, turn your attention to realignment. This is where you reconnect with your deeper self, with the divine, with the source of your purpose. Realignment is not a task, it is a surrender. It is the act of bringing yourself back into harmony with the vision for your life, with the values that guide you, and with the Creator who has placed that vision within you. In the stillness of the early morning, there is no better time to realign. Realignment often begins with gratitude. Gratitude is the anchor that keeps you grounded in the midst of uncertainty. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, from what you fear to what you have been given. In the quiet of the night, take a moment to give thanks. Think about the blessings in your life, both great and small. Thankfulness is a powerful force. It has the ability to change your perspective, to soften your heart, and to prepare you for what lies ahead. As you practice gratitude, allow yourself to also realign with your purpose. Purpose is not something you created, it's something you uncover. It is already within you, waiting to be acknowledged and acted upon. In this sacred hour, ask yourself what truly matters. What is the vision for your life? What is the calling that has been placed upon you? These questions are not meant to overwhelm you, but to guide you back to the center of who you are. Realignment may also require letting go. Sometimes the reason we wake in the middle of the night is because we are holding on to something we were never meant to carry. Perhaps it is a fear, a resentment, a regret, or a false belief. Whatever it is, this is your moment to release it. Let it go so that you can make space for what truly belongs in your life. Holding on to the past will only weigh you down. Release it and step into the freedom that comes with realignment. Now that you have reflected and realigned, it is time to prepare. Preparation is where the inward work turns outward. It is where intention becomes action and vision becomes reality. This is not about planning in the traditional sense. It is about aligning your actions with the clarity and conviction you have gained. In these quiet hours, ask yourself what steps you need to take to move closer to your purpose. These steps do not have to be grand or elaborate. They simply need to be intentional. Preparation is also about setting the tone for the day ahead. The way you begin your day often determines how it unfolds. In this sacred time, decide who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world. Speak affirmations over yourself. Declare your intentions. Claim the victories you will achieve. There is power in your words, especially in the stillness of the morning. Use that power to create the day you desire. As you prepare, think about the habits and practices that will support your growth. Transformation is not the result of a single moment. It is the product of consistent, intentional action. Use this time to identify the habits that will move you closer to your goals. Perhaps it is committing to a morning routine, dedicating time to learning, or nurturing relationships that inspire and uplift you. Whatever it is, make the decision now, in the quiet of the night, when your mind is clear and your heart is open. Preparation is not just about action, it is also about faith. It is about believing that what you are working toward is not only possible, but inevitable. In this sacred time, take a moment to visualize your future. See yourself walking in your purpose, achieving your goals, and living the life you were created for. Hold that vision in your mind and let it fill you with hope and determination. This is the fuel that will sustain you when challenges arise. As the hours pass and the first light of dawn begins to appear, you will feel a shift. The stillness of the night will give way to the activity of the day. But the work you have done in these sacred hours will stay with you. It will guide your actions, shape your decisions, and ground you in your purpose. You will move through your day with a sense of clarity and confidence, knowing that you have aligned yourself with something greater than yourself. When you are awakened in the quiet of the night, remember that it is not a disruption but a divine invitation. It is a moment set apart for you to reflect, to realign, and to prepare. Embrace it fully. Lean into the stillness, the questions, and the possibilities. Allow yourself to be transformed by this sacred time. And as you step into the day ahead, carry with you the clarity, the alignment, and the purpose that you have discovered. This is your time. This is your calling. Answer it. When the stillness of the early morning wraps itself around you, and your eyes open to the quiet shadows of the world before the dawn, know that this is not an ordinary moment. It is a sacred one. It is as though the universe itself has paused, creating space for something deeper to emerge. You might not realize it immediately, but this moment is a gift, one that has the potential to change the course of your life if you are willing to embrace it fully. To wake at this hour is not to stumble into inconvenience or chance. It is a call. A stirring within you beckons, urging you to pause, to listen, and to respond. This is the time when the veil between the seen and unseen feels thin, when your soul is most attuned to the whispers of wisdom and clarity that so often go unnoticed in the busyness of the day. But to receive what this moment offers, you must first recognize it for what it is, an opportunity. As you sit in the stillness, resist the temptation to return to the comfort of sleep without acknowledging the reason for your waking. Instead, take a deep breath and allow yourself to tune into the rhythm of this hour. You are not just awake, you are present. And in that presence lies the power to reflect. This is a time to listen. Not just with your ears, but with your heart and spirit. Reflection begins by turning inward, not out of selfishness, but out of necessity. Before you can face the world with purpose, you must first understand what is happening within you. What thoughts have been lingering in the background, unspoken but persistent? What emotions have you been carrying unnoticed or unprocessed? This moment allows you to bring those things to light, not to dwell on them, but to understand them. Awareness is the first step toward transformation. Perhaps you find yourself wrestling with questions that have no easy answers. Questions about your path, your relationships, or your purpose. These questions are not distractions, they are invitations. They invite you to dig deeper, to go beyond the surface and uncover the truths that will guide you forward. Do not fear these questions. Embrace them as tools for growth. Sit with them, write them down if you must, and allow their weight to settle in your mind and heart. Often, the act of acknowledging them is enough to begin the process of clarity. As you reflect, let this time also be one of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force, one that has the ability to shift your entire perspective. In the quiet of the night, take a moment to give thanks for the simple things: the breath in your lungs, the beating of your heart, the opportunities that lie before you. Gratitude is not about ignoring the challenges you face. It is about recognizing the beauty and strength that coexist with those challenges. It is about shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith. Once you have reflected, the next step is to realign. Realignment is not a correction, it is a recalibration. It is about bringing yourself back into alignment with your purpose, your values, and your vision. In the chaos of daily life, it is easy to drift. This is the moment to come back to center. To ask yourself, am I living in a way that reflects who I truly am? Am I pursuing what truly matters? These are not trivial questions. They are the foundation of a life well lived. Realignment often requires a return to the source of your strength, to the Creator who has designed you with intention and purpose. In the stillness of this hour, open yourself to that connection. Whether through prayer, meditation, or quiet contemplation, allow yourself to draw near to the divine. Let this be a time of surrender, a time to let go of what no longer serves you and to embrace what is meant for you. In this space, clarity can emerge, and with it, peace. Realignment also calls for intention. It is not enough to recognize where you have drifted. You must also decide to course correct. This is not about perfection, but about progress. It is about taking small, deliberate steps toward the person you are meant to be. What habits do you need to cultivate? What relationships do you need to nurture or release? What fears do you need to face? These are the questions that will guide your realignment, not as burdens, but as opportunities for growth. Once you have reflected and realigned, it is time to prepare. Preparation is the bridge between intention and action. It is where vision meets reality. In these quiet hours, take a moment to plan not in a rigid or overwhelming way, but with purpose and clarity. Think about the day ahead. What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to be? How will you ensure that your actions align with your purpose? These are not small questions, but they are necessary ones. Preparation is not just about doing, it is about becoming. It is about stepping into the version of yourself that you know you are capable of being. This requires faith. Faith that the steps you take, no matter how small, are leading you towards something greater. Faith that the vision you carry is not just a dream, but a reality waiting to unfold. Faith that the work you do in these quiet moments is not in vain, but is laying the foundation for a life of meaning and impact. As you prepare, think about the habits and routines that will support you. Transformation does not happen in a single moment. It is the result of consistent, intentional action. Use this time to commit to the practices that will help you grow, whether that is setting aside time for reflection each day, cultivating a spirit of gratitude, or dedicating yourself to learning and personal development. These habits are not just tasks, they are investments in your future. Preparation also involves letting go. To move forward, you must release what no longer serves you. Perhaps it is a limiting belief, a toxic relationship, or a fear that has held you back for too long. Whatever it is, this is the moment to let it go. Not with bitterness or regret, but with grace and gratitude for the lessons it has taught you. Release creates space, and in that space, new possibilities can emerge. As the night begins to give way to dawn, and the world around you begins to stir, you will carry with you the work you have done in these sacred hours. The clarity you have gained, the realignment you have embraced, and the preparation you have committed to will shape the way you move through the day ahead. You will find yourself grounded in purpose, guided by intention, and strengthened by faith. The early morning hours are not just a time for rest. They are a time for reflection, realignment, and preparation. They are a gift, a sacred pause in the rhythm of life. When you find yourself awake in these hours, do not rush back to sleep. Embrace the moment for what it is, a divine opportunity to connect with yourself, with your purpose, and with the Creator who has called you into being. This is your time to listen, to learn, and to grow. This is your time to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. And so as the early morning hours embrace you, remember that this time is not an interruption, but an invitation, a sacred pause to reflect, realign, and prepare to connect with purpose, gratitude, and faith, and to step boldly into the day and life you are destined to create.